Ever stop to think how much those little impulse buys on your phone are adding up to, and how many subscription payments are sneaking out of your bank account every single month? Before I started using Rocket Money, let me tell you, I had no idea. But the first time I logged in, I saved $435. I couldn't believe it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I just love the dashboard. It shows everything in one place, even the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. And if there's something you don't need, Rocket Money helps you cancel it. Plus, it alerts you if a bill increases or if something unusual pops up in your account. It's basically like having a personal assistant for your money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. But wait, there's more. Here's hour 4 of the Kim Komando Show. 1982. Where were you in 1982? The reason why I bring that up is guess what just turned 43 years old? Nope, not me. Talking about the compact disc. That's right, ABBA's The Visitors. That was the very first commercial CD. Little fun fact for you. You know, nothing was better than just cracking open that shiny jewel case and skipping right to your favorite track. It was amazing. I mean, it replaced the cassette tapes. Now, by the 90s, we were buying billions of CDs every single year. And then came the iPod and then streaming. And then what about all those CD towers that we used to have? As a matter of fact, we still have some here in the studios. Yeah, they went to Goodwill. You know, I had that first ABBA CD myself. I don't know. I lost it. I mean, where did the disc go? Oh, yeah, that was bad. Get it like disco. If you have to explain it, wasn't that funny. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. It is America's largest show about all things digital, award-winning, the best show. It's called the Kim Komando Show because, after all, it's funny how that works. I'm America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you once again. And I am here to make sure that you are always, always tech ahead in the world. Now, of course, you can find my show on over 425 top stations throughout the United States, streaming in your favorite radio app. And of course, you can get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. And just a reminder, you can actually watch the show. It's a heck of a lot of fun over at youtube.com/Kim Komando. Once again, that's youtube.com/Kim Komando. And a big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio. Gosh, so amazing. 375,000 U.S. service members in 175 countries and 200 ships at sea. And just a reminder, if you ever want to join us here on the show, you can always call the Commando hotline. That's 1-888-825-5254. But here's an insider secret. You can actually make an appointment to speak with me, so you don't have to sit on hold for hours like other people do. Just head over to the official homepage, commando.com, and up at the top, there's a link that says Ask Kim. And I'd like to thank Total AV for helping to make this show possible. You know, hackers, they don't take any time off. Cyber crime's exploding and the bad guys and gals are getting sneakier, especially they have so much help from AI nowadays. You have to be cautious. It's not enough. You need total protection. That's why I recommend Total AV, powerful antivirus software that actually works. And right now, just $19 for the first year by heading to protectwithkim.com. protectwithkim.com. And I'd also like to thank Consumer Cellular. You know, I switched to Consumer Cellular. Same great coverage, way lower price. 2 unlimited lines for just $60. Go to consumercellular.com/Kim. Use code Kim25. You get $25 off. Once again, that's consumercellular.com/Kim. Alrighty then, every single day of my life, weekends, weekdays, holidays, vacations, you can count on me to make sure that I know exactly what's happening in the tech world so that this way I can impart all this know-how directly from this beautiful brain right to yours. And here are some 5 things that you need to know about. And we're going to start with in the 1970s and 80s. Kodak. Do you remember that company? They employed more than 145,000 folks. As a matter of fact, Paul Simon wrote a song about Kodachrome. Yes, it's the most popular film. So even after Polaroid introduced the first instant camera in the late 1950s, the Eastman Kodak Company remained the world's leading film company. If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise. home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim. But this year, it's not looking good. It looks like they're going to observe its 133rd and possibly last birthday. It's shocking when you think about it. And Kodak invented the digital camera. They should have owned this entire industry, but management saw little value in it. They're like, why would we want to do this? If we have a digital camera, we're going to put our film business out of business. Well, Sears should have been Amazon. Think about that. Kmart should have been Walmart. BlackBerry should have been the iPhone. Just legendary, pure mismanagement. Moving on to number 2, I thought this was fascinating, and maybe because I'm a little geeky sometimes, but let's talk about farms. Yeah, you're like, farms on the Kim Komando show? What's going on? U.S. farmland just hit a record of $4,350 per acre. That's up 90% since 2011. What the heck's going on? Jeff Bezos owns around 462,000 acres. Bill Gates is sitting on 275,000 acres. Warren Buffett once said if he could buy 1% of all U.S. farmland for $25 billion, he'd write the check that moment. But here's the thing. Most farmland is still family owned. You know, billionaires are making all the headlines, but everyday folks are the ones working the fields. And since we're talking farms, how do you get a farm girl to like you? How do you get a farm girl to like you? A tractor? Oh, sometimes I just crack myself up. Hey, remember a time when you could share your Netflix password with just anyone? You could hand your Costco card to a friend, right? Back then, it wasn't stealing. It was called freeloading, and everybody did it. You were just mooching. Well, according to the Wall Street Journal, companies are enlisting status verification systems and software to make sure you are who you say you are. One company called SureID works with major brands. When you enter your student ID from 20 years ago for a discounted Apple, SureID checks 200,000 data sources, uses facial recognition, and tracks IP addresses to verify your identity. Yeah, isn't that something? All right, moving on to number 4. Well, here's a story of a new $99 AI product called Friend. It's a necklace, but it's not your friend. I think it's creepy. 21-year-old Abby Schiffman is a Harvard dropout. A few years ago, he made news by creating an innovative website that tracked COVID. Now, his new product has been called a wearable mom, life coach, and friend. Now, Schiffman raised $2.5 million to get Friend up and running, but he blew through almost all of it to buy a website name, friend.com. Wow. Friend listens to everything all the time, makes comments, suggestions, whether you want them or not. I haven't tried it, and I already hate it. And finally, this coming in at number 5. You know, I predicted a few things. The way that we search the internet is going to change. No more websites. Google would be overthrown. I did that, maybe 3 years ago. Now I predicted this. In the future, you are not going to have to buy a washer and a dryer. GE Appliances analyzed data from 13 million laundry cycles across 90,000 homes. And guess what they found? This isn't really a shocker for me. The average American load of laundry sits there for over 2 hours before anybody does anything with it. 2 hours. Yeah, it's stinky and gross. And then you have to wash it all over again. That happened to me. I'm like, oh my God, I have to be better at this. So if you're like that, there's a new sort of washer-dryer combo unit. It's coming out soon. Here's how it works. You dump all the clothes in. It washes and dries them in the same machine. Yeah, isn't that something? I mean, we've had them in boats for so many years, but they're too small. So now GE's coming out with the washer-dryer combo. It just makes more sense, doesn't it? I mean, why do you have to take it out and put it in anyway? I mean, and until we have these little robots, I don't know, have you seen that video of the little robot putting the wash into the washer one by one, one by one? It took the guy like 20 minutes. Nuts. All right, our personal information is all over the internet. Creeps and data brokers are out there collecting everything they can get their slimy little hands on: birthdays, social security numbers, political views, medical conditions, you name it. Incogni is my secret weapon for online privacy. They do the hard work of getting your personal data removed from people's search sites and shady data brokers. Over 420 of them right now. And they don't just say that they do it. Deloitte, one of the biggest auditing firms in the world, has independently verified their entire process. No other data removal service could say that. And they've made it even easier to get started. With my discount, plans start at just $6.39 a month, less than before. So here's what I want you to do. Head to privacykim.com right now to lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal. Once again, that's privacykim.com. You're going to be so glad. I get no spam emails, no spammy texts. I love that. No spammy phone calls. privacykim.com. Let's see. Coming up, we're going to talk about how you can wipe out everything tracks about you, signs that you have spyware or keylogger, the risks that you take if you never update, and of course, we have just the best callers ever here on the Kim Komando Show.
Running a business comes with a lot of what ifs, but luckily there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Okay, you can sing it. Come on, sing it out loud. I promise I won't sing. So bad at that. Hey, enter to win a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, a $999 value. Right now, no purchase required. Head to winfromkim.com. Winfromkim.com. All righty, let's get started with Renee in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Hi there, Renee.
Oh, hi. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Kim.
Hi, glad to have you with us. Tell us what's going on.
I'm a huge fan. I follow you even on Instagram now. I've just discovered you not long ago, and I'm so glad that I have. Oh. My question today is it possible for someone to clone a person on their phone? And I asked that because I was in a marriage, and after my father died, I was quickly divorced thereafter, and I believe I was having an issue with my husband, and he was doing that to me. So that is my question.
Yes. The answer is yes. Yes.
Okay.
And now, what makes you think that your phone has been cloned?
Well, my father died on December 20th, 2020. I caught my husband cheating on January 8th, 2021. And on January 10th, 2021, 2 days later, my father's phone was wiped out. My phone was pretty much wiped. When I say wiped out, everything had changed in the phones. And basically through 2021 and 22 and part of 23, things were going on in my phone constantly. When I say that, I felt like someone else had control of my phone at all times.
Well, let me give you some signs to look for. Okay, mm-hmm. So like you start seeing calls or texts that you never initiated; they just start appearing. You start
Correct.
Maybe some weird noises, coming from your phone, maybe background noise during phone calls.
Alarms going off through the night.
Well, that may not be it, but the battery's draining. Okay. You maybe have some unknown devices when you start looking at your account settings, and it's really easy to clone a phone. It's not that difficult. Do you want me to tell you how? You want me to tell you how it happens?
Yes, please.
Okay. What happens is that somebody will call your carrier and they'll say, "Oh gosh, you're not going to believe this. I lost my phone and I need you to activate the SIM on my new phone. And I don't know, I'm so upset." And then the person at the carrier says, "Oh, here, let me help you." and then they activate your SIM number on that phone. And sometimes it can actually happen that will be activated on both. So then they get copies of everything that you're doing on your phone. And so the way around this is that a lot of people don't realize is that you can call your carrier and you say, I need to put a SIM lock. And you can also do that in your settings. You put a SIM lock. So we went through 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24. And so is anything happening right now?
Well, the reason I know you're absolutely right is because in 24, my son got me a phone from a different carrier in a different name, and it stopped in 24.
Oh, perfect.
So this makes sense. This makes complete sense. But I had a feeling, and I prayed on it, and I just discovered you in 24. Now I follow your newsletter. I subscribe to Incogni. Now my whole family follows you, and I follow your Instagram, and I'm learning a lot about technology because I didn't know enough.
Well, thank you for your kind words, Renee. It was such a pleasure to have you here on the show. Now, if you have any more questions, I want you to feel free to reach out. Let's see, Steve in Fort Wayne, Indiana. You're up next.
Hi, Kim. I've been a long. I can't listen to you constantly on the radio, but I've listened to you for years. But I see the newsletter every day, and I do follow that. And I'm fairly new to my iPhone, and I'm learning lots of things from you to check and boxes to uncheck and
awesome.
What not to do and really keep me out of trouble.
Just the bottom line there, right there. So
keep other people from getting me in trouble, whatever.
Yeah, that too. So all I see is Wi-Fi for your shop. What does that mean?
Well, I have a woodworking shop that's separate from the house. It's about 30 feet away, give or take. And it's a steel-clad pole-type building. And it's about, even the Wi-Fi router is within that 30 feet. It's really close. But our house is aluminum-sided, and then the steel siding on the shop, I have a darndest time getting a connection out there. If I go outside, I can get a connection with my phone. But gee whiz, I've got what do you call that, mesh system?
Yeah, mesh is good, but here's the problem: is that when you start talking about aluminum and steel, then that's going to just totally destroy whatever signal that you have. And so you do have some options. You could try to use an outdoor Wi-Fi extender. I wouldn't really try anything with the power line adapters. That's where you get the Wi-Fi or power line. I wouldn't go there.
Oh, well, my power in my shop is a separate feed from the utility than my house is. So that I don't know if they have to be connected.
No.
It.
Yeah, it's. But I'll tell you the best thing I know, and you're gonna like, oh, really? Come on, Kim. Is an Ethernet cable, a buried Ethernet cable with an access point. I mean, if you really want to get the best darn connection that you can to that shed, you can try with the outdoor Wi-Fi extenders all day long. And let me tell you, I know this from personal experience. I have a house that's made of steel. Okay, I do. And you can try all day long, and everybody say, oh, it'll work. Oh, it'll work. Okay, it'll work, and then all of a sudden it drops. Okay, it'll work, then it'll drop. Then it'll work, then it'll drop. And you get my point. And then you're frustrated, and then you're going to go outside, even though it's in Fort Wayne, it's 28 degrees below zero. And then your mustache is going to get all that little snow on it. It's just not good.
What a picture.
Okay, buried Ethernet cable with an access point. That's what you need, Steve. Alrighty then, let's switch gears just a little bit. Do you know that someone becomes a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds? Wow. That's bank accounts drained, credit ruined, lives wrecked. I trust NordProtect to scan the dark web and monitor my credit 24/7. They'll alert you fast and cover up to $1 million in identity theft recovery costs. Now, I used to spend a fortune with LifeLock. I'm saving such a ton of money, and you can too. Save 65% right now by going to nordprotect.com/Kim. That's nordprotect.com/Kim. All right, let me ask you a question. What do you think the most surveyed city is on the planet? I don't mean like survey, like they took a survey, like surveillance. Okay. Now, if you go outside and smile, chances are you are already on camera. In the average U.S. city, there are about 6 surveillance cameras for every 1,000 people. Sounds like a lot, right? Not compared to this. A new global study says that Washington, D.C. is the most watched city on earth. There are 44 government accessible cameras for every 1,000 residents. That means cameras are pointing at you all over: sidewalks, subway stations, intersections, outside government buildings, wherever you go in D.C. You ought to just be smiling, because guess what? There are cameras everywhere. If you ever come to Phoenix, Arizona, I want you to drive through Paradise Valley, because there we have what's called the cactus cams. They look like cactuses, but no, they are traffic and speeding cameras. Yeah, I smile every time I go through. I'm like, oh, hi, everybody. Hey, stay right where you are. We have more of your fantastic phone calls coming up that you can't afford to miss.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This radio program is a copyrighted production of Westar Multimedia Entertainment and protected by the copyright laws. Any rebroadcast or use of this program for commercial, business, economic, or financial purposes without the written permission of Westar Multimedia Entertainment is strictly prohibited.
Hey, in business, they say you can have better, cheaper, or faster, but you only get to pick 2. Well, what if you could actually have all 3? Well, you can with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Try OCI for free right now at oracle.com/count. Okay, coming up, we're going to talk about how you can tell if you have any spyware or keyloggers on your devices. And of course, we have more of your phone calls. But before we get to that, if someone collected a lot of information about you, how creeped out would you be? Talking about your late night searches, every place you've ever been, all the weirdo videos that you watch on YouTube. Yes. So why are you okay with Google doing this? You see, Google collects loads of your information. They use it, they say, to give you better AI and search results, along with those targeted personalized ads. It's a little unsettling. But here's a secret. If you go to myactivity.google.com, once again, that's myactivity.google.com, that's where you'll find all the locations you've ever visited with Google Maps, your search history, your YouTube watch history. And if you want to wipe it clean, it's super easy. But don't just hit delete and it's gone. I want you to make sure that Google doesn't start tracking you again. So you have to go into your activity settings and then turn off the tracking. And just like that, you have taken back some of your privacy. Again, all this magic and fun. Not that it's really that fun, but it's a great place to check out. myactivity.google.com. myactivity.google.com. Let's see. John in Cleveland, Ohio. So glad to have you with us. Hi there, John.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, Kim. I appreciate it.
I read your story, and it's crazy about the Facebook Marketplace, the VIN cloning. Wow. Take us to the beginning.
Yes, it was a ride, but yeah, I found a truck that I was interested in on Marketplace, and the guy sent me pictures of the VIN on the dashboard, sent me the factory sticker and everything on the door. It was like 4.5 hours away, so I wanted to do some digging on it. I ran it through a couple VIN checks, and it said, yeah, this truck's never been stolen or never been salvage title or accident or anything. I actually called a dealer and just gave them the VIN number, just saying, hey, has this truck been serviced? And she said, yeah, it was serviced in Tennessee back in August of last year, which the whole story was that's where it was coming anyway. It was going to be a Tennessee title because the guy said it's where he used to live and all that. So it all lined it up, So I called my insurance company, gave them the VIN number, and they're like, yeah, we can get you full coverage insurance on it. I said, all right. I called my lender, and they ran it, and they said, yeah, if you go buy it and come back, we'll just, give you the loan and go from there. And I said, okay, perfect. So I go up there and, meet the guy and everything. Everything went well. We'll come back and go to the Ohio title department and gave them the title they gave me and a bill of sale. And they're like, okay, everything's fine. They hand me the title back in my name for the truck, and then I go next door and get my license plate. Everything's great. And so after I got all of that, I went ahead and I called and I went ahead and got the loan for it, after I got the title in my name and everything.
For sure.
So got all that done, and then I bought some stuff for it. I've done, it needed some work. It's a diesel, $500 oil change. I put about another $1,500 in it, and then like 2 weeks later, I'm parked at the doctor's office at 8:00 in the morning. Next thing you know, there's 6 cops surrounding me.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, am I late for my appointment? What's going on here?"
That's a heck of a policy enforcement right there.
Yeah, like, you guys take this serious. And so the state police officer came over to me and says, "This is possibly a stolen truck." And I'm like, "That's impossible. I've done a gazillion different checks and it's good, and got a loan on it, got my insurance on it, everything's great. I got a title." And so he said, "Well, let me plug this in." So he's got something he can plug in, and it actually reads the VIN of other items on a vehicle.
Okay.
So like the radio would actually come onto there. Like, yes, and he said I should have 8 to 10 different. The VIN number should show up like 8 to 10 times.
Okay. On
his scanner. And he said, "See, you only got the 2, the one on the dash, the one on the door."
Oh, so it was stolen.
Yes.
And they wiped out all the information on the vehicle?
No, what they do is they that's why they call it cloning. So they had stolen a truck, and they've had it since last year. June of last year is when it got stolen, and they put 100,000 miles on it. Then they get online and find a truck that's just like it, and they found one that was on a lot in Tennessee. They're able to get all the information, the previous owner of the truck, everything, to duplicate a title. So everything on the title was lined perfectly up for that truck, but it's actually the truck that's in Tennessee, not the one I'm buying.
Oh my gosh. All right. And then, so now you're on the hook for the loan.
Yeah, I'm on the hook for the insurance companies. Like, wow, we've never heard anything about this. There's not much we can do. There's nothing we can do about it.
So what? How do you prevent this? You need one of those special tools.
I mean, that's what kind of shocks me is like the BMV don't even have it. And he said, "Well, it's in the discussion. It's not in their budget." It's like, well, you just sat there and said it's $100 tool. I mean, that would stop a lot of it. They could scan it right there when you're getting a title,
Wow. That's
and
horrible.
I understand other vehicles will have parts that have been changed, older one. I know it won't work for all of them, but at least, well, yeah, I remember, the guy told me put a new transmission in or something,
Well, for sure, but I mean, gosh, you went through all those checks and you find out that it's a stolen car. So we need those $100 tools. Wow. Hey, John, thanks for being here. Really important story about VIN cloning. God, what a nightmare. Hey, speaking of crime, let's talk about cybercrime. It's not slowing down. It's actually getting worse. Hackers are smarter, sneakier, and they are after everything, your devices, your data, even your bank account. So how do you even fight back? Well, one of the best defenses is solid, proven antivirus software. It scans for malware, it blocks suspicious websites, and stops hackers before they can do any damage. Now, you have to be smart. A healthy dose of thinking twice when opening emails or clicking links doesn't hurt either. But for the antivirus help you need, I trust and recommend Total AV. They update you in real time, keeping you protected from the latest threats. Go to protectwithkim.com right now, and you can get Total AV for just $19 for the first year. Covers up to 5 devices, including Windows, Macs, and smartphones. Don't wait until it's too late. Your security truly matters, and get protected right now. Go to protectwithkim.com for my exclusive deal with Total AV. Protectwithkim.com. All right, the Pew Research Center says about 40% of us set our phones to update automatically. But there's a tiny 3% of you who never update at all. Yes, we call you the never updaters. Now, updating your smartphone, I know, can be a total hassle, requires storage space and time. Maybe like the way your old software runs, or maybe you're worried about new glitches an update can bring you. I get it. But you never updaters, you run real security risks. You see, phones update to patch security issues and bugs. And think of all the banking info, your private pictures and work you have on your phone. So here's the deal. I want you to make sure that your phone automatically updates. For Android, head into your settings, find system update, and then just turn on auto updates. It's super easy. Now, if you're on an iPhone, kind of the same deal. Go into settings and then software update and toggle on automatic updates. Alrighty, still to come, we have time for, two more great phone calls, as well as later on, how you can know if you have spyware or a keylogger on your phone here on the Kim Komando Show. If you want to glow from the inside out and get your natural radiance back, you really need to check out Native Path Collagen. I've been telling you about it. I love it. I take it every day, and you should too. You know, some studies suggest collagen supplements may support bone health, tissue recovery, and overall skin and hair wellness. Right now, you can get 45% off, free shipping, and a free frother, but you have to go to this address, getnativepath.com/Kim. That's getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Okay, so what do you think, Andrew?
Phone call?
Think we should do a phone call?
Yeah.
Let's see. Mary in Topeka, Kansas. This looks like a great question. Hi, Mary.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm thrilled and honored and hope my question can help others like me. As I mentioned in my letter, I had a panic attack when I heard Publisher was being phased out. I'm a science teacher finishing my 33rd year in the classroom, and I rely heavily on Microsoft Office programs like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. But Publisher is my go-to tool. I use it for everything: lesson plans, worksheets, quizzes, games, field trip forms. I don't know what to do. I'm hoping that I can get a plan in place and already be using it before Publisher disappears.
Oh.
So I'm hoping that you have some good advice for Publisher users like me.
Yeah, you know what? I used to use Microsoft Publisher. Did you ever use Publisher?
No idea what it is.
It's the old way of creating flyers.
Banners?
Banners. Like you put like little clip art into things.
Ooh.
I bet you get pretty fancy with it, right, Mary?
Yes. And you could put stuff on the side off of the page, things you wanted to remember, or it would let you put things off of the page to the side and your research for lesson plans and things like that. That was really nice.
It's perfect. It's perfect
and
for a teacher. And
things didn't wiggle. If you put text boxes or pictures, they didn't move on you like they would if you entered them into Word. They would shift down to...
It used to be called a desktop publishing program.
Did you say things don't wiggle?
Well, I think if you put a text box in Word and then you write words above that text box, doesn't that text box shift down?
No, there's different settings.
I just love the way you described it as it's wiggling.
So here's what you need to do.
No, not wiggling.
It was wiggly. It's still going to run if you're on Windows, but they're not going to support it, which means it's going to die. And so you need to elevate your skill set and move on. You can save all your Publisher files as PDFs so that this way you actually have them. But I would say that what you need to do is to look at Canva. And there's Canva Pro, and that's Canva. Now, here's the deal. You're going to love this. If you go to canva.com/education,
okay,
you don't pay the $120 a year. You get it for free because you're a teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, you're going to love that. You have to go through some steps to get verified because they don't want everybody under the sun saying, "Oh, I'm a teacher."
Yeah, I tried. I wasn't allowed in.
He wasn't. But Canva will be so much better for you. It's a lot easier. It has AI built in. And I use it all the time.
Doesn't wiggle.
It does not wiggle. Again, that's canva.com/education. Okay, Tony in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Kim, how you doing?
Great. What's going on?
Great. I can't believe I'm talking to you. I've been listening to you on the phone for many, many, many years.
You've been on hold that long? We are so sorry, Tony.
I mean, normally we try to get you within a few hours.
Right.
I mean.
Well, I've got a question. I'd like to take my writings, my handwritten cursive handwriting, stories about my family and genealogy.
Okay, all that
And
good
I've
stuff.
written it. Yeah, there's reams and reams of it. And in the past, I have had some luck with optical character recognition, but it had to be typed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could do that. And now that I have all this, I said, well, shoes, we can probably find something that can do that. And I've searched and searched. I've gone to my geek friends. Nobody seems to know.
Well, you know what? You
Now,
didn't
the
go
other
to the
day-
right source, okay? You did all this before you called me, America's digital goddess. Why did you even waste your time?
I can't believe I didn't think of that first, Kim.
All right. Okay. So here, you got a couple of options. You can use Microsoft OneNote, Google Lens. You can try to see if it works. Try to see if it works. And these are some free options. And it does do handwriting OCR. But is your handwriting any good?
Your assistant said it was fine.
Oh.
It wasn't scribble.
Okay, well, that's good.
So-
Mine's horrible. How's your handwriting, Andrew?
I can't even get the phone recognition to recognize my print. I can't imagine what the cursive would go.
It would it would just go,
My phone would just shut down.
that's it.
But nobody can read cursive anymore. My girls can't even read my handwriting.
No, it's because
have to print it
cursive is done. I think I talked about it here on the show that archives.gov, they're actually looking for volunteers, people who can read cursive handwriting, because we have thousands and thousands of documents from the Revolutionary War that were done in cursive handwriting, and nobody can read them. And the computer can't read them. So anyway, so that said, there's an app called Transcribus. And I'm going to spell it for you because it's a tech thing, meaning that we always leave out a whole bunch of letters. It's Transkribus. And it's really good for messy cursive or just regular cursive handwriting because it will actually learn. It's AI based. So it'll learn how you write. It will figure out the letters. And then once you transcribe this, then you can put it into a book. You can do whatever you want with it. Make sense?
That's great. It makes sense.
So what's the best story you have in all these books?
My last job, my best job, I dealt with elderly. And my parents always told me, if you want to make somebody think that you're very interesting, ask them about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked these people, and they would tell me stories. And I'd ask them, have you ever met anybody famous? Where have you traveled? I've got the greatest stories from people who worked in the Peace Corps and, in villages, from people who were at Bikini Atoll when they were testing the bombs.
Wow.
One lady was an actress, and she kissed, I said, what was your best time? She said, I kissed Dustin Hoffman. She said, but it was tough because I was supposed to be dead.
Oh, well, yeah, and hopefully it wasn't. What was that movie where he was? What was that movie in San Francisco where he was the nanny, Dustin Hoffman? Do you remember that?
Nanny?
No.
Tootsie.
Tootsie. Yes, she had to be dead.
I don't remember the scene where Tootsie was making out with a dead body, so it must have been a different movie.
I don't remember that either. Transcribus, or you want to use Google Lens or Microsoft OneNote. All righty then. Speaking of, you know what that means. It's time for a really bad joke. This is one that you're going to want to share with the kids, so pay attention. Why don't pirates like writing in cursive? You ready? Because it's scurvy. Yeah, that one hurt even me. All righty then. Still to come, signs you have spyware or maybe even a keylogger on your device here on the Kim Komando Show. Hey, if you're serious about protecting your privacy, listen up. Incogni just launched their new unlimited plan. It's a game changer. You can now submit links to websites where your personal info is exposed, and their team of privacy pros, they're going to work to get it removed. Go to privacykim.com today, and you're going to get 60% off. privacykim.com. All right, you ever get that creepy feeling that someone knows too much about what you're doing? You could have some spyware. And here are some signs. Maybe your phone's running super hot to the touch, okay? Or maybe your data usage for some reason is suddenly sky high. Or you look at your phone, you're like, where did those apps come from? Yes, you could have spyware or a keylogger on your phone. So here's what you need to do. Back up your stuff and then wipe the phone. I know it's not fun with a full factory reset. Then after that, reinstall everything manually. Do not restore from a backup. That's super important. And make sure that you enter to win that brand new iPhone I'm giving away at winfromkim.com. And that's the end of hour 4. But I'm sure in your podcast player, there are some shows that you haven't listened to. Come on. Just fire up your podcast player and get more tech know-how, whether you're walking or on your commute or whatever you might be doing.